Every Monday, 5 links about Kubernetes, OpenShift, CI/CD and DevOps. And this week we're talking about Unix, the family of operating systems that's powering the world today, even if nobody notices. Unix won. The cloud runs on Unix, and virtually all smartphones in the world run on Unix. Even Windows users can install Unix these days. And Bill Gates himself said in 1996 that Windows, in a weak sense, was a form of Unix. As an architecture, as a philosophy, Unix has become the operating system of our modern world. Developers have embraced the philosophy of Unix, but how did it all start? It all started when a group of brilliant hackers decided to scratch their own itch, created an operating system, and decided to share it with others. One of those brilliant hackers was Brian Kernighan. And yes, he's the K in the famous K&R book, among other great books. Brian Kernighan recently talked to Adam Gordon-Bell about the history of Unix in the Core Recursive podcast. Developer extraordinaire Amos has written a series of so far 13 articles about the inner workings of the Linux executable format. These articles contain sample code and step-by-step explanations about various subjects, like library loading or position-independent code. These articles have such breadth and depth, they should be published as a book. They are a delight for all of us geeks with some time to learn something new these days. Invisible to mostly everyone, Linux is undergoing a major change. The migration from interrupt-based to asynchronous event-based I/O. This deep change will have tremendous consequences for the capacity of Linux to handle bigger amounts of data in shorter amount of time. And just like with Systemd, this will pave the way for the future of Linux. 50 years after its birth, Unix is still big business, mostly thanks to one of its most successful offsprings, Linux. It is not a surprise that SUSE has bought Rancher, one of the biggest players in the cloud-native landscape. Here at Vision, we wish Rancher and SUSE lots of success, and we look forward to keep working with you in the future. The Vision Timer tool of the week is cheat.sh. The only cheat sheet you'll ever need. It provides a unified interface to lots of programming knowledge, and is brought to you by Igor Tubin, the same person who brought you weather.in and latency. So, as usual, what about you? Are you a Linux, BSD, Solaris or Mac user? What is your favorite BSD or Linux distribution? Do you think asynchronous I/O will have a big impact in Linux? Let us know your opinion in the comments below. And as usual, subscribe, like and share. And see you next week for a new edition of Vision Timer.